TK, nice to see you back.
Good to see you again. Sooner than I thought.
Have you ever met Level?
I haven't. Just see him on the screen.
In the flesh.
Kind of celebrity.
Just a normal guy.
Famous. This is the DJ. The coffee party DJ.
Just a normal guy.
I love that. I love that. But yeah, I love your work. I was telling Yash, man, like the way you guys just flow off each other. Yeah, it wasn't so bad with Yash alone, but yeah, we missed you last time. Yeah. But yeah, the reason we're here so soon after.
He's been trying to convince us to put something on the platform.
Yeah.
So what did you do? What did you do? The DJ money's paying you well.
Yeah. Maybe let's make some space and see, because this guy went and pulled the trigger.
We spoke about it for a long time.
Yeah.
We spoke about it for a long time.
So not an M2.
Yeah. But I still think that there are some small regrets, but other than that, you only live once.
Yeah, why not?
But look, the great thing is that you don't have to pay for it. So Yash and I spoke about last week. So I was wondering why you kept asking me about the numbs.
Yeah.
So how much is this? How much is that? So I guess you guys will probably think about it a little bit. But yeah, let's go through it, man. So what convinced you to finally do this?
It pretty much was also the numbers that Yash explained to me.
Yeah.
It's on your platform and everything. I was just like, okay, cool. In the weekends I'm gigging and this and that. I'm not using it, whatever, cool. Then it just makes proper sense on what.
Yeah.
It's like, in a sense, almost like it pays itself.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's when I was like, okay, this seems to be a good idea.
Yeah.
And I hadn't even spoken to you. I just trusted his word. So.
Yeah, I think for him, we had a chat afterwards, so we met once more, and he asked me like a few more in-depth personal questions, especially concerning like my personal car. So one of the things is like, when the car comes back, what are the protections you have? So some of the issues I've had, honestly, is after long rentals, my car comes back smelling like someone's perfume, or you can just tell someone drove your car. And he was telling me that you guys do like a proper valet service, and that's a huge offering. So I think that's one of the things, like, we can actually help with your value prop, right? So this conversation, we actually also want to run through that, some of the safety parts.
So I think buying a new car and you want to list it on the platform, people are always worried, okay, cool, I don't want someone sitting in my car.
Yeah.
They're going to scratch my car. They're going to damage it. They're going to take it to a poor car wash. Like
smoking in the car. Oh, jeez.
Like all of those sorts of things. So
Weed, bro.
let's, I would say, like what we've done here.
Yeah.
A full car PPF. You've done like a nice leather treatment on the inside. Get the car prepped, ready, clean.
Yeah.
Do whatever you can to protect it in the long run, to then put it up on the platform. So what numbers, how much money would you like to make a month? That's actually...
Yeah, what are your goals? So the main thing I ask people, right, is we still in the phase of, it's a supplementary income supplement, installment supplement. So I always ask people, what are your goals? I hardly tell people, go buy this and this car. I do know the cars that really work, and I know what this car is going to work for. M-Fest, you'll never touch this car. Anything BMW related, guys will be bidding for your car. So I already know the use cases. But it's always good to know what people are trying to do. Like you said, you're gigging, the car is parked there. You want it to pay for itself as a first point, I don't know if you're too concerned about making a profit beyond that, or you're trying to save the mileage, or
listen, if there is profit beyond that, then even better. Because then it's like I'm getting an income out of it as well. That I'm not even working somewhere else, and I'm getting something extra on top. So it actually works out better that way.
Yeah, exactly. So that's definitely the case. So my cars, I'm like that. So we said we wanted to valet my car. We like when it comes back from the rental, we'll valet it. It's still not back. It's been like 30 days. I get paid 4,000 Rand after the platform takes every day for the past 30 days,
so
right?
let's say as an example, what number are you thinking per day?
Per day?
Yeah.
I was looking like total in a month.
Okay, so let's go per day. What would you think about per day?
I'd say probably like 4 or 5 grand a day.
That's too cheap.
Too cheap?
To take home.
Too cheap.
Let's talk about take home.
I'm talking about take home.
Oh, take home.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's still very low.
It's still too low. Because remember there was an M2 on the platform for like 6 grand a day.
Yeah.
And there's an M2.
Yeah, that's an M2.
All right,
so I'd say a realistic number would be about 10 grand a day on the platform.
Okay, that's good.
So if he's listing it at 10 grand a day, what's your percentage?
So actually, let me walk you through the top. So what we tell people, the rule of thumb is take the value of your car divided by 200. So this car is over 2M, right?
About 2.3, 2.2.
Yeah, so we take 2.2 divided by 2. Yash, you're an engineer, bro. Do this in your head. That's like 12K, right? So looking at 12K a day as a start. So 1 day booking is 12K. As the person increases the bookings, they get discounts. So like they add a day, it's a 5% discount, effective price, this and that, right? But from that 12K, we take a 15% take rate. That's the lowest take rate I've seen of any platform. 15%. So, guys, my maths is
15% of 12 will be 1.8.
Thank you, Yash. So that's 1.8. So you've got how much left?
That'll be 10.2.
10.2. Cool. So from the 10.2, you have two options. Either you have your own commercial insurance, which usually happens when people's cars are getting rented out a lot. Like I have my cars on full commercial insurance because I know any given day someone will rent it out, so I want to just even out the costs, right? Or you can have our on-demand insurance, which means per day. So your car will be on personal insurance until it's rented out. As soon as the rental starts, it goes to commercial.
So from what I've seen, it's very value dependent. So like it goes 750 for cars up to $1 million, then like 150 for cars, 1.5 for cars up to like 1.5, then cars 2 million rand, it's like $2,000, and then it goes up like that.
100%. So it's very easy to work out.
Hey?
That's per day.
Okay, that's cool.
That's per day.
Yeah. So the use case is like this. So like this car, like I'm telling you, every weekend someone will want your car, right? So you're like, okay, every weekend I want it out like once or twice a day. Cool. So you're looking at like 8 days maximum rental. So you don't mind paying like 2K only when it's rented out. It's deducted before you get the take, right?
Okay.
But soon as you travel overseas, you're like, I want the car on the platform for the month, and it's gonna get rented out for like 15 days. You no longer want to pay 2K per day because that's 30K.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, cool, guys, let's switch it off to like full commercial insurance. Then you pay 8K for the month. You just saved like 22 extra. So that's sort of like the maths that you do. So depending on the use case, are you like a casual, you rent it out casually, or you rent it out to make a business? It depends, but we have the insurance to accommodate it.
Whichever side of the
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's our big differentiator, because we worked on this insurance product. He's even had some input as an expert, and yeah, we've worked on a first of its kind, I believe, in South Africa definitely, and I think
I haven't seen
probably
anybody
in the world
offer that type of insurance.
Because just imagine,
and I think that's obviously what people are always scared about. Like,
that's true.
Insure, yeah. So top is insurance. Then second is stuff that he talks about, like the minor scratches, the stuff you don't want to claim on insurance, right? Like, it's got a scratch. I don't want to take my car to someone who's going to the insurance or to a panel beater. So PPF is important. Then we talked about like just the general use stuff, day-to-day use, like a guy spilled coffee in the car, right? That stuff happens. And you don't want him to be so panicked that he just takes it to a random car wash.
Where it could cause more damage than it is.
You'd be like, okay, leave it like that. It's cool. We'll take it to a trusted valet, bring it back like that. So that's why it's like so important.
Or does that go as an extra cost to the person that's rented the vehicle?
It's got to be,
Yeah, so it will be an extra cost, but through the partnerships, because we were talking a lot about, the offerings that you guys have that's here in Cape Town we're about to launch. So it's great to have a trusted partnership where it's also business, right? We bring economies of scale. You guys give us a good rate on it, but also a trusted service.
It gives me a lot of peace of mind, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
So what happens, like worst case scenario, someone writes off the car? How much is your excess going to be?
Oh yeah, so that's actually very important. So excess for us is 10% of the damage, right? But with a minimum of 10%. So the 10% is paid by the renter.
Okay.
So it's paid through a deposit. So that's why we have a holding deposit.
Okay.
So there's three big things in rental that I would say are just a nuisance, right? It's cars that come back late.
Yeah.
Right? Because next thing the car is supposed to be booked out, it's not back on time, it costs us a day. It's guys that go above the allowable kilometers.
Yeah.
Because now that's an mileage impact, depreciation impact, right? And then there's guys that don't fuel the car when it comes back.
No, of course.
Right. So those are the first steps that we keep a deposit for.
So how much do you take as a deposit?
So we take 3 times the daily rate.
Okay.
As a deposit, right? If you're doing like a 1-day rental, we can reduce it to 2 times. It's cool because we know you're in Gauteng, you're not gonna go over the mileage, but it's to protect against those 3 things.
Let's use this as an example. Now, the M3 is worth 2.3, 10% on that is 230 grand.
100%.
Your 3 days,
100%.
That's not even gonna break the bank. What if the guy can't afford to pay the
100%. So deposit in car rental, people think deposit is the top line of liability, no more liability beyond deposit. It's not that. Deposit is just easy access to money. Cool, this is a small scratch. Oh, okay, cool, this is just refueling. We have money on hand. But the real accountability falls on the renter. If you rent a car, you take accountability for that car. That's why we don't rent cars to people that can't prove their affordability.
But the thing is, a lot of times with these, let's say if you go to Avis or Europe Car, whatever, they'll tell you, cool, this is the package you're picking, this is your daily rate, this would be your excess, or you can go slightly more expensive and your excess drops, or the waiver. Whereas now, you're not offering that.
We actually are in the process of offering waivers, but we're offering waivers in a very fintech manner. We've partnered with a company that's external that you can pay them to waive the deposit. So cool. Let's say I'm going to Cape Town for a holiday. I want to rent this car. 12,000 a day, deposit is 36K. I've saved up this money. I want to actually use it on my holiday, right? But I can afford to. So we'll run the checks, the credit checks you afford to. And then that company will also run that, say, okay, cool, this guy's good for the money. And they'll allow you to rent the car without paying the deposit. And then they'll take your liability off you. You pay them an amount, not 36,000, whatever they charge, and you don't have to pay the deposit. But what that means is that if the trip goes off, no issues, you've just paid that 3,000-4,000 rand, whatever it is, right? If there are issues, then you arrange with them to pay them back. So they have all the resources. They do BNPL, advances, all of that. So that's their game. They'll collect the money over a few salaries, over a few paychecks, whatever it is. So the first thing is just knowing that the person that's renting the car can afford. That's the key thing. You don't want to rent. It's a key thing, right? Then once you're done with the affordability part, cool, this guy, something happens, doesn't have the money on hand, you can still collect it, Because look at you, man, you're a business owner. You don't want guys chasing after you because you scratched the car. Now you can't do business, you can't buy anything, you're red listed because you scratched the car. So it's really our product, we call it a maintain a standard of living product. We rent out to a lot of guys that already own the cars, a lot of guys that can afford cars. We don't really market to guys that say, oh, I'm gonna get a bonus, I wanna go into a Ferrari for the first time. That's not really our target market. But we do try to get a range of cars that suit everyone, but we're not really targeting guys to say, we want you to be in a Ferrari for the first time in your life, want you to be in a Lamborghini, in a M3. That's not our business. It's really maintain your standard of living, explore different cars.
So basically it works hand in hand with someone that maybe is a corporate person or the business person based in Cape Town, but he has the exact same car in Cape Town. And while he's here, he'd like to drive the exact same car.
Exactly.
All right, makes sense.
What we tell
even long distance also. Think about let's say we want to go to Limpopo for the day. Let's go rent his X3 on the platform, nice, comfortable, easy drive, come back.
Bro, you hit the nail on the head. I was telling him about a friend of mine who has a M2 F87. When he drives home to his family, he rents out the X3 all the time, X3 or X5. It's just a better drive for that long distance. You get there, you're with family, and we get a lot of guys that drive cars with the same make that they already have. We get a lot of guys that own Cayennes that rent out the 911. Vice versa, because they're like, okay, I love the car, but when I'm with family, I'm in the Cayenne, now I'm alone. I want the rear engine, I want the mid engine, that type of thing. So that's been very good for our business. The fact that we've got a good clientele of medium to high net worth people. We've got a lot of repeat business, and we've got a lot of guys that list and rent cars, which is very great.
So it stays within
this. And I was actually going to tell you, with this car, one of the things you'll realize is the great networking opportunity it brings. So a lot of guys just want to interact with the car. They can afford it, they can buy it, but they just don't have the everyday use for it. So you'll find yourself doing business deals through the platform. We've launched our in-app chat, so renters and owners chat directly. Obviously, we monitor it so that it's not weird stuff and just people fishing for discounts and offline, the safety thing. But we find guys saying, hey man, how's this car? How have you found it? I'm thinking of renting it, or even I'm thinking of buying it. Can I test drive yours? That type of thing. So there's a lot of use cases. We're actually aiming for the part where people even swap cars with the platform. Because, I could want to give him my car, he wants to give me his car, but how do we compensate each other? How do we both get insured to trade cars? That type of thing. So that's what we are there for. We're really a community building platform. More than, hey, we want to make a cheap buck. If you have a few dollars, come spend it with us. We're not that type of platform at all.
All right. Completely understood. So now it makes logical sense because, I mean, when was it? I think it was like beginning of the year. I was supposed to go to the bush, to the crew. At my car.
There's a Land Cruiser on the website.
Dude.
You see, I couldn't go because I
that car is a hit, bro.
The Land Cruiser?
Dude, so the owner, I think he listed it on the 25th of June. We've paid him up, I think, 45,000 Rand.
It's crazy.
Already. And the first time he put it on, we had a specific request for the car. We weren't even gonna go in that direction. We sourced it, we got it, the guys are cool. The car was literally covered, parked. The guy does not use it. Rented it out 3 days, came back safely. He's like, dude, this is so easy, bro. Anytime you need it, take it. The car is currently out right now. And the guy who has it has extended twice already. So that car is a hit. The Ford Ranger, we've had someone trying to source a Ford Ranger. They had this trip to Lesotho with some friends, and they were like, all gonna travel in Ford Rangers. It's like, can you guys source this for me? And as soon as we tried to source it, we saw so many guys want it. So that's also probably down the line, another probably business line, just sourcing cars for experiences. It just makes sense.
Okay.
You know?
No, I like the sound of this.
So yeah, man, we appreciate you for taking the leap of faith. I mean, this is a huge signal of trust in the platform. And I think we'll do a lot more of these, just earning breakdowns, how it's been going, you know, and
we'll follow up. Let's do a follow-up again in, let's say, what are we, July? Let's do a follow-up at end of August. See how much money you've made.
Okay, cool.
100%. I'll tell you guys, I'm a big fan of their channel. I told him specifically the day I saw it, I was like, bro, I didn't know how you guys didn't do this earlier. So I'm a big fan. Like, subscribe, guys. You won't regret it. I knew him before I'd met him because I was a fan. So
now we're boys.
Now because we're making money together. I love it.